Hi, welcome back. Welcome to this Forecourt film for this absolutely incredible 2018 SKODA Kodiaq. This is the Sportline model. It's finished in velvet red, which is one of the premium colours, an additional cost option at new. It is in absolutely fantastic condition all the way around and is actually one of the most impressive cars that we've seen all of this year. There's a number of very good standard features that are on the car. This particular example has also been upgraded with a huge host of factory options as well that I'll do my best to walk you through and show you how everything works as well. But yeah, we're going to have a look around the condition of the car first, and then I'll try and talk you through some of the options. Condition-wise, it's been exceptionally well cared for. Really just a couple of stone chips on the bonnet, as you'd kind of expect. The car itself has done just over 50,000 miles, but has been really well looked after by the previous owner, who's always validated the car himself and really looked after it. Certainly no dents, marks or scratches or anything like that to point out to you. The colour itself is coming through extremely red on the camera. It's quite a difficult one to decide. It certainly in person looks a little bit darker than this. It's not quite sort of pillar box red kind of style, but it's just quite difficult for it to come across on the camera to point out its sort of exact colour, but looks extremely striking. And again, coming all the way around the back here, you'll see absolutely no loading scratches or marks or anything like that to point out whatsoever. The previous owner upgraded the rear badges with black ones here, as we can see. Got these really interesting rear lights here with this whole sort of design. It's all got LED lighting through to the back here, and again, if we come down the driver's side, you'll see not any marks or scratches whatsoever. The alloy wheels are all in fantastic condition. There's a couple of very slight, tiny little, I would call them chips rather than sort of curb marks on one or two of them. These two are absolutely fine. And I think a couple of sort of chips just right on the very edge of those wheels. Very difficult to see unless you go close up. So again, they've been extremely careful when parking. We've just put 4 brand new tyres on the car as well, so there's 4 fully brand new tyres. Literally haven't covered a single mile yet. And hopefully the overall sort of condition of the car is coming across quite well on the camera. In terms of some of the bits and pieces on the outside, got this really nice sort of sport line bumper here at the back with the integrated, well, very much fake exhaust pipes. The exhaust actually come from underneath, but it's just part of this whole sort of styling package. Got front and rear parking sensors. We've also got complete 360-degree cameras as well. So you've got the rear camera just showing up on there, and then you've got additional ones in the mirrors and also on the front of the car that work as sort of, they've got like a wide angle camera to the front, so that you can look out of junctions and things like that. You'll see this one down here, and then we've also got the sensors there for the adaptive cruise control as well that this car's been upgraded with. But a really striking looking car. We've got integrated side steps, so when you open the door you can access those to be able to step into the car. Again, very nicely finished with sort of chrome around the outside, and then a couple of quite cool functions that we see here. You've actually got, and this is why you'll notice that on this one there's absolutely no marks to the sides of the door here. When you open the door, you have this small rubber door protector that comes out and then neatly folds away as you close the door. So really good. It just means that if you're opening the car in a car park, you're not going to damage the other door or put any chip marks onto the side there as well. So these are fantastic. They're fitted to the front and to the back and just neatly fold away there as you close the door. Really clever. While we're talking about clever things on the doors, in the passenger and also on the driver's side as well, we have a pull-out umbrella a la Rolls-Royce, which again is quite a nice fun feature to have. Coming through to the inside, in the Sportline, you've got this absolutely wonderful single-piece sport seats here in the front. Really nice. Finished in black leather on the outside, and then Alcantara suede with this sort of quilted finish here in the middle, which looks really stunning. This car's also been upgraded with a panoramic roof. Has an electric blind that comes across as well, and the roof both tilts and also comes up and opens fully as well. So yeah, quite an expensive option and very sought after. It just means that being the size that it is as well, the rear passengers obviously get a decent view of the sunroof as well. Also upgraded in the back here are the side blinds. They just unclip there and neatly fold away into the door. So again, another option that this car has been upgraded with. We also have something called the Canton sound system, which is the upgrade with additional speakers and sort of increase sound quality and everything like that as well. We'll also show that, so these Kodiaqs are also 7 seats, so we can fold the front section down here and you'll see you have 2 decent sized seats in the back there. You haven't really got the headroom for adults to be able to spend a long time in the back of there, but certainly absolutely fine for slightly smaller children. And then these seats as well slide forwards and backwards so that you've got additional space there, leg room for the rear passengers, and you can and obviously additional boot space if you need it as well. Everything folds away nice and neatly. We've got an electric tailgate on the car. This one also has fully keyless entry, and also you can just wave your foot under the back and the tailgate will open. So it's currently set up in its 7-seat configuration, as we'll see. We can just pop these headrests down back to there and then fold this neatly down, and then you've actually got a really decent size boot area in here. We can fold the main seats down by pulling this, and you'll pretty much end up with a flat load area, as you'll see from there. There's no lip on the back either, so you've got plenty of space, and you can carry really large items in the back there, which is very, very useful indeed. Also in the back, 12-volt socket, just for being able to plug in any sort of additional accessories. And then if we lift the boot floor up, we've actually currently got the parcel shelf stowed underneath here. Again, really, really useful. They've thought of absolutely everything here. So you've got a decent under boot storage, and then underneath the main part here as well, you've got your full toolkit with your locking wheel nuts and a spare wheel and everything like that as well. They've managed to fit in so much, very, very cleverly. So again, if you're not using the parcel shelf because you're using the 7 seats rather than having that rattling around in the car, it's absolutely perfect to be stowed away in the bottom there. But yeah, absolutely huge. And to close the boot, again, you can use your foot gesture under the bottom there, and the tailgate will come back down. So really, really useful. Backseat area itself, absolutely perfect condition. Leather in all really lovely condition, no kick marks to any of the backs of the seats. You've obviously got additional storage, things like that for magazines and maps and things like that. And this really nice sort of carbon fibre trim that runs all the way throughout. But yeah, beautifully finished, really, really nice and very impressive. Under the bonnet of the car is a 2-litre turbo diesel engine with 190 brake horsepower. We've recently had the timing belt changed. Actually, the previous owner had that done just before part exchanging the vehicle. So that's all been done, along with a new timing belt as well. All absolutely lovely condition under there, and as we said, sort of completely up to date, and you won't have any additional timing belt change for another 4 years. So that's quite a nice thing to know. And as I mentioned, obviously 4 new tyres on the car as well. So absolutely no additional expense due on the car for quite some time. If we jump in and show you some of the bits and pieces on the front. As I mentioned, the Canton sound system, additional sort of tweeters and things like that up there. And we have heated and power folding door mirrors. Coming down to here as well, I have another release there for the electric rear boot. You'll just see the condition, all absolutely wonderful, no scratches or marks or anything like that. We've got electric memory seats for both sides, and also both sides have memory as well. And we've also got additional controls there for lumbar support and everything like that. Lovely flat-bottomed steering wheel, sort of sport steering wheel with the paddle shift gear change as well. And then a number of different buttons on here for some of the safety systems, as well as all the multimedia functions and telephones and everything like that as well. We've got things like lane assist to be able to keep you in there, and it also has the little lights that come up on the wing mirrors just to let you know that there's cars coming up behind you. So plenty of different safety functions as well. The steering wheel is heated. And then, as I mentioned, all of the controls there for your media as well. Automatic headlights, automatic windscreen wipers, fully keyless entry and start as well. So to lock the car, you simply press your thumb on the pressure pad on the door there, and to unlock it, just put your hand on the door handle to be able to be let in. So fully keyless start, as mentioned. just foot on the brake and press the start stop button. The car comes into life. So we have a colour driver's information system just coming up on here. This has all things like your satellite navigation instructions and also a full sort of onboard computer for the car as well. So we can pull up menus up on here to be able to change. We've got a lap timer if you wanted to drive on a racetrack. I'm not quite sure why you would want to do that, but either way, we've got it on there. And then basically all the setups for things like your assist systems and everything like that as well. So you can see we've got the controls here for lane assist, for blind spot monitoring, front assist, so the car will automatically brake if it detects that you're about to go into the back of somebody. And also, of course, we've got the adaptive cruise control that I mentioned before as well. So you can actually follow the car in front, amend the distance that you're sort of how close you're following them, and the car will actually brake even to a complete standstill. So very, very good in terms of the sort of safety functions on here. Down onto the main area, we've obviously got the DSG automatic gearbox. We've got off-road modes and actual driving modes as well, so we can come in here and make changes. You can either go anything from eco mode and normal to sport, and to individual, which is actually configurable a little bit as well, so you can actually change how the steering feels, how the cruise control works, the speed of the lights and everything like that as well, and whether or not you want all of the power from the car, or if you want it to be slightly more economical in terms of the way it drives. So everything is configurable. The cameras that I mentioned, we've got the rear camera, and then you'll also see the sort of top-down view, and then you can very easily look at the side views as well. And then you've got the front junction cameras as well, which is really, really useful. So if you sort of pull up close to the entrance of a road, even though we're quite a long way from sticking out, the cameras here will actually show you all the way down the side of the road there as well. So it's got a really wide angle on there, so very, very useful when you're pulling out of junctions. And again, you can just change those to the rear or anything like that as well, very, very simply, just with the touch of a button. And then you've also got full self-parking mode as well, so the car will actually park itself into parallel parking situations, or even reverse into a space in a supermarket or something like that. So really, really clever. We obviously have full satellite navigation for Western Europe, very, very nice and easy to use. You can sort of pinch the screen and move things around for zooming in. This car also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, so if you prefer to use your own things like Google Maps or Waze or something like that, you can use the full sort of smartphone interface from your phone. Additional bits for the media, obviously Bluetooth media streaming, DAB digital radio, and then you've got sort of online systems and things like that for SKODA Kodiaq, SmartLink, as I mentioned, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and MirrorLink as well. Whichever one your sort of preference is. Vehicle, full control panel for the car. You can change absolutely anything in here in terms of the things like the lighting and things like that. You can change your interior lighting, so there's got sort of LEDs and everything like that run through here. We've got travel mode for left-hand traffic or right-hand drive, so essentially if you were to drive to France, as soon as you get off the other end, and obviously you're going to be driving on the right-hand side of the road, you can actually switch this so that the headlights turn for driving on the right-hand side, so you don't have to fit things like beam benders and stuff to the lights as well, which is a really, really handy, useful feature to have. What else have we got? I think we've gone through all of the driver assistance parts. Sorry, I'm sort of making this up as I go along. Background lighting, full sort of mood lighting here, so you can actually change the colours that are shown throughout the car, depending on your preference. And if we come through to the vehicle section here, we've got full sort of off-road mode, so you've got compasses and depth from over sea level and things like that as well, all quite good fun. And it will tell you the sort of steering angle sensor there as well for any sort of heavy off-road driving. Obviously most of these don't really do a huge amount, but it's nice to know that you've got the bits and pieces there. Vehicle status just runs through a quick diagnostic for the car to make sure that there's no faults anywhere. As you can see, that's all absolutely fine. And where we go, service will give us the information for the vehicle servicing. That's just showing that there's a inspection isn't due for 15,300 miles, or around about just over 3 months, for an oil change as well, as you can see up on there. So coming back out of all of this, there's a huge amount of sort of configurable stuff on here. We've got full traffic reports. You can come in here and make changes to the Canton sound system. So you've got different kind of graphic equalizers and things like that as well. Just loads and loads of different things to play around with. We've got subwoofers in the back, and again the sound quality is absolutely fantastic. I think that's pretty much it there. Additional options are, you have the heated front windscreen, which is really useful. So you just press that and it's like a quick clear defrost windscreen. We've got dual glove boxes here with all of the sort of SD card access there, and if we press this one open, you've got an additional space just up on there for extra storage. But they really have thought of everything. You've got a section here for smaller cups, but you can actually take that out and have that configured for whatever sort of size that you want. And then we also have a wireless charging pad in here as well for your phone, so you simply just put your mobile phone, if it's enabled, down on there, and that will charge up. Plus also you've got plenty of USB sockets and 12-volt sockets all the way throughout the car as well. But looking through in terms of the condition in here, it's absolutely beautiful. It really is completely unmarked. Mentioned the car has obviously done 50,000 miles, but it really doesn't look like it's had a hard life whatsoever. All the lovely white stitching on the seats and everything, all in fabulous condition. Hope you found this video useful. Like I said, it really is a very impressive car in absolutely stunning condition. If we can help with any further information, if you require any finance figures or you have a part exchange to value, then please do let us know through our website, which is jajarvis.co.uk. Be more than happy to help, and obviously we'd love to show you the car in person and get you out for a test drive. Thank you very much again for watching, and we'll see you next time.